Welcome back, campers. Welcome back. It's Friday the 13th. And I'm Brian. Duh. And this is...
I'm Katie.
That's Katie.
I'm Katie.
She's
Sorry.
gonna be here. She's gonna be joining us. She's gonna be a co-host.
I feel like Veronica Corningstone.
Yes. That makes me Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
So I'll read anything on the teleprompter. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Anyway, welcome.
We're here to discuss a much different movie.
Yes, not Anchorman. I was like, what's that movie called? Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Stoned. Anyway, we're here to talk about Friday the 13th.
Was I supposed to say that in unison with you?
No, you don't have to.
Do you want to do it in unison?
Do you want to?
We could try it.
Okay.
You count in to 1, 2, 3, and then we say it.
1,
Wait,
2.
are we saying we're watching, or are we just saying
Friday the 13th?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Friday the 13th.
Got it. Just edit that.
Oh, that was
and then it'll
good,
be
though.
Really
we really
seamless.
did it when we counted in.
Edit this.
Don't edit it. This is what makes us real.
I know, this is real.
This is real.
You can relate to us.
We're relatable.
We're real. So Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah.
1980.
The big 1980.
Directed by Sean S. Cunningham.
You are here for the facts.
I am.
got none of that.
Written by Victor Miller.
Tell them like it is.
And they're having a big feud right now. There's some legal feud with rights and who owns what.
Oh, interesting.
I read so much about it, and I can't explain it to you because it's all lawyery and legal, and I'm not into that. So
Legal.
we're not here to be a lawyer show.
We're here to be a movie show.
Scored by Harry Manfredini, who has scored every single one of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact.
Do you hear that? That's a pug.
They're
He's being
gonna
really
show up.
obnoxious.
They're gonna show up. I was just asking Brian what the world would be like if all the people died and the earth was overrun with pugs.
And this is the
It
answer.
would be just like this.
Snorty.
Loud.
Snorty. He stinks.
What? Loud and stinky.
That's Bogey. He's 12 and a half. Anyway. Friday the 13th. 1980.
1980. I'm gonna do the synopsis maybe.
Do it.
Okay.
I think, listen to this, ladies and gents.
He told me that I nailed this. So the synopsis is that there's a summer camp somewhere in New Jersey, and throughout the years, unfortunate and mysterious events have happened there. The whole town knows it, and so for that reason, the camp was shut down.
Shut down.
But then the son of the owners gets this bright idea to reopen it.
Steve.
And then basically a bunch of people are murdered. And then you find out that this lady's son was drowned. One of the first the mysterious happenings. And that she's been murdering everyone to make sure that the camp can never reopen.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert.
Oh, shit.
We are spoiling this 40-year-old movie.
I said that this is the synopsis.
By the way.
Synopsises are spoilers. They're Cliff Notes.
Right.
They're
Spoiler.
Cliff Notes.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I meant to say that off the top.
I basically said it.
Basically.
I mean, if you have a synopsis with no answer, you have no synopsis.
So,
I felt
also
really learned when I said
40
that.
years old. So, spoiler. So go on with that.
Oh.
I don't think we were done.
No. And then, just when you think your pugs are fucking
I know. Oh my God. No humps.
Sorry.
I'm not editing this.
I'm sorry that
Go.
I said the F word. Mom.
I don't think
I
Bev's
don't
gonna
think
watch
she's gonna
this.
She doesn't have YouTube. I mean, she has the internet, so she has the ability
She
to
has
go
the
to
ability.
YouTube.
To
Yeah.
get it,
She's not gonna. She's one of the people who got one of those letters like, "Help, I'm trapped in France and I need you to send me money." And she clicked on it.
Oh, don't click on
And
it.
then her whole Facebook account was hacked, and now she refuses to have a Facebook.
Don't click on those.
Don't click on those.
Oh my God.
There's no Nigerian prince.
No.
Your friend is not in a French prison.
We're okay. It's okay. God.
Although I clicked on one where Chase was, my bank is Chase. Now they know. And the Chase was spelled with like a funny E, like a typewriter E.
God.
And I was like, that doesn't look right. I think I'll click on it. That's not what you're supposed to do. Don't even click on it.
This world is dangerous.
Why would my bank even email me something I'd want to read? Like,
God.
I gotta get in there.
My God. Do you know what they had? They didn't have to deal with that in Friday the 13th.
Oh my God.
They didn't.
They didn't. Okay, so then this is what happens. You think that it's been this lady killing in revenge of her son the whole time, and this girl is like barely alive on a canoe.
Alice.
And then she's
It's
like
also really-
almost rescued, and this guy pops up out of the water.
Ah!
Spoiler alert! And fucking drags her under the
It's
water.
terrifying. You guys.
Okay, but then she wakes up. And maybe
Where
that
does
was
she wake
all
up?
in a hospital.
Because horror fans love a hospital ending, you guys.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, Carrie's
It's
a
a
hospital
thing,
ending.
yep.
Yeah,
And
sort of.
what happens, kind of, right? She's
Yeah.
at her house.
Yeah.
But what happens in Carrie before the end in her bedroom? The hand reaches out from the grave.
Right. Yeah.
This is a kid.
Yeah.
They totally ripped off Carrie for this ending.
Totally. Or is it an homage?
I mean, I have heard and read things where they basically say ripped off. But correct me if I'm wrong, viewers, all 5 of you.
Yeah, man. All 5 of you correct him.
So, correct me if I'm
If
wrong.
he's
But
wrong.
I'm pretty sure they like to refer to it as ripping off Carrie.
Ripping it off. Like a band-aid. Oh, hey, you have my cousin's matches.
I do.
Sorry.
Sorry, I have matches. I have a lot of matches. I inherited a lot of things from my partner, and matchbooks were just one of them.
Look it.
Oof.
He's not like joking. This is
No,
this is
and
one
that's
of 2
just
that
one.
I've seen.
Yes, I think there's another one too.
My mom collected
There's 3.
matchbooks forever, and then we just started burning them all the time. Kids, you can't put a bunch of matches around. Kids, we just burn
Don't
them
even
all.
use them to light the fireplace, because you know what? I have a light switch for that.
The future.
Oh, the
Swedish people
1990s.
invented the match,
I
you
mean,
know.
the
Anyway,
2020.
So she wakes up in a hospital room, and you're like, oh my gosh, maybe this was all a dream. And then they're like, the cops are retelling what they witnessed, and they didn't see the boy.
There was no boy.
So then you're like, wait a minute, did that even happen?
And Alice is like, then he's still there.
Here. Yeah, there. Because she's not there. She's in a hospital.
Oh. I mean, pretty much nailed it with that synopsis.
Yeah, it was really
I mean,
good.
it was good.
I didn't mean to compliment my own synopsis.
I
It was
mean,
really good.
It was really good, so that's what we're doing here. If you don't like it, if you don't like self-esteem and reassurance, don't tune into
Don't
this
subscribe
program.
here.
But do it. Do you point there?
I don't
like
know where
and
it is.
subscribe. I don't
Somewhere
know.
along this
Like
area.
and
Or
subscribe.
sometimes it's like in this corner. Or that. It's in
We're
like a corner.
vloggers now. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Ugh, I'm like the new Logan Paul. Not
I'm gonna get
at
this.
all, because I
Oh.
hate him. No, I'm joking. So,
Look how cool my hair
oh, I
looks.
love it.
Look at
You look like Alice, like a Dutch
like
boy.
my little Dutch boy.
Oh. Okay. So I have seen Friday the 13th like 700 times. Conservatively.
And I've seen it once.
Yeah. Tonight was the very first time.
I did.
Oh, you always remember your first. So my first Friday the 13th movie was like part 6, Jason Lives. And so
That's weird.
we're
to
gonna
me.
get there.
That's weird that was your first one. But then Halloween H2O was my first
See,
Halloween.
as a horror fan, I watch sequels. So I watch sequels a lot.
I guess you just jumped in with
Excuse
where
me,
they were
burpee.
when
Yeah.
they were in theaters for you, or
Yeah.
just coming
So
out
when
for you.
I was like movie viewing age and really retaining information, what I was like 5 and 6, and like
5 and 6.
when I was really retaining stuff.
Yeah, you were watching.
Yeah.
Friday the
So my
13th
very
at
first
5 and 6.
well, not like all the time, but my very first horror movie was Nightmare on Elm Street. Different franchise. We'll get to that.
I feel like they know that it's even I know it's a
I
franchise.
know.
Okay.
I'm
We'll
just,
give them some credit.
I'm just being a host.
information.
So I was like 5 when I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, and Jonelle, my sister, my older sister, who was 17 at the time, so do the math. Big age gap.
12 years. You did
I
it.
was a surprise. So I was watching it through her fingers, and there's a part where his arms elongate, and it looks so funny now, but it fucking freaked me out when I was a kid.
It just makes me think of you walking your pugs.
I know. So I do that when I walk my pugs because they like to go both ways.
Different directions.
So that was like my very. So when I was retaining all that stuff,
Stool.
horror was always it.
Yeah. What was the beginning of that?
Probably Nightmare on Elm Street. That was probably like my sister was always watching horror movies. So like Nightmare on Elm Street was a big one that I remember. And then like I started reading. I learned to read.
This guy.
So Goosebumps, huge.
Oh, I hated Goosebumps.
Oh.
I hate how there's no ending.
Oh.
Every time there's no ending. You can't one ending. It's like, hello,
Oh.
R.L. Stein. Learn to finish a book. Am I right?
What?
Learn to finish a book, R.L.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that because it's true. But
Ridiculous.
I freaking loved Goosebumps. I was super into it. And then what?
Is the
Fear
house with
Street.
the clock in the walls?
No, but it is pretty much a Goosebumps. But no,
I liked that movie.
I never watched
Oh,
it.
it's cute. I took my niece to see it, and then when it was, I said if it's too scary, we could leave, and then it got really scary, and she's
And
like,
then
"Can
she
we leave?"
wouldn't take her.
You can't leave when it gets scary.
No.
Then you need the.
No.
You need to know. You need to know it got better, just like real life.
So round or just a long
Fear
circle
Street.
story. So then Fear Street and Christopher Pike.
Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah, but that was TV show. So then I
Okay.
came like Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, that was a
I don't-
TV show.
Yeah. So I don't think I watched it on like HBO though. I feel like I watched it on Fox.
Oh, I
but
thought
could
it
be
was on
totally
Nickelodeon.
wrong. See? Who knows?
Who would?
Fox.
Someone comment
I'm pretty
below
sure
here
it was
what it was on.
originally on HBO. Comment below.
When we find out. it
When
was
you
on
like and subscribe.
Nickelodeon.
Comment below. And then definitely, so what was Nickelodeon?
Salute your shorts.
Yes, but Are You
Pete
Afraid
and
of the
Pete,
Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
So I watched a lot of that.
I
So that's
thought
just how
that
it
one was
started.
after the other. It was like a horror hour. That's so hard to say.
A horror.
Horror hour.
Horror.
A horror hour.
A horror hour.
An hour of whoring.
And yes. Yes.
Nickelodeon.
Can you, like 8-year-old me, like, I want to watch a horror movie. And I'm just like, people probably thought I was just saying horror all the
It's a
time.
horror movie.
I'm watching horrors.
Just watching a bunch of
Ugh.
horror movies.
But anyway, so all that. And then, like, yeah, so I saw part 6 was my first Friday the 13th movie. And it's a great one, and I can't
We'll
wait
get there.
till we get there. And I had seen Scream before I saw Friday the 13th.
Did your group
So-
of friends watch a lot of horror movies, like, at overnights?
Yeah, but I was kind of a pussy at overnights. I always like to go home.
No.
I just like my own fucking bed.
I totally go home now. People are always
I
like,
know,
you
I'm
can
like,
stay. I'm like, why would
no.
I stay? It's less
I'm going home,
comfortable.
and I don't even have to call my mom to pick me up. I
can just
drive
leave whenever
there.
I feel like it.
Ugh,
But I liked to be the last one to fall
But
asleep.
yes.
It was very competitive.
yes. So
Horror
lots of
movies.
horror movies at sleepovers. Friday the 13th was definitely.
When I showed the birds.
But the biggest sleepover I remember is we watched Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that's so
and it
good.
was all boys. And then
Oh,
like
interesting.
1 a.m, one by one, we all got naked in our sleeping bags and then jumped up and did like a wave of naked bodies. We were like 11.
That's awesome.
Yay!
Oh my god.
That was at my cousin's house. Fun!
That's so great.
Memories. Anyway. Ugh, Friday the 13th. How many times am I going to say
The
that?
13th.
So we started in 1958 with this movie, right? I think it's Barry and Claudette.
Who the parents are?
No.
Steve's parents?
No.
The people who died?
Yeah, the people who died
Are named Barry and Claudette?
Yes.
What are they, 100 now?
No, but it was
Well, not
58.
Barry, obviously.
Which is when Barry was born.
Right.
My partner.
So he should have been a parent. Oh no, I guess not a parent. I see.
But it was
doesn't
like
help my
a
theory
it was
at
like
all.
a name.
It's
So
a name.
Barry and Claudette. I'm here for Claudette.
Yeah, where's that
Yes.
been? Make
Like-
a resurgence.
Come on, Grease 2. Am I right? She hates Grease 2.
It's just a stupid movie. I don't like the first one either. I don't like either of the movies. I don't like either of them. They're dumb.
But this isn't a Grease 2
Movie.
podcast, but we will watch that and I'll make her talk about
That's
it.
like being like, I really like, what's that fucking Johnny Depp one? Babyface or
Crybaby?
Crybaby?
Oh my god.
Such a stupid
I
movie.
am not a Johnny Depp fan, but I'm gonna say that Crybaby, if I'm ranking Johnny Depp movies, it's gonna be in my top 5 because it's classic Johnny Depp.
Absolutely not.
Okay, Mordecai. Mordecai.
It's funny.
She likes it.
He didn't watch it. He can't say he doesn't like it because he's never even given it a chance.
Terrible.
It's funny.
Okay, Jack Sparrow, we're done here.
All right, you know what? I think you've seen more of those than I have, so you can suck
I've
a
seen
dick.
2.
I've seen 2.
Then we're
So
done.
then,
And I
Jack
walked out
Sparrow.
halfway through the second one.
I will fight you.
Ugh.
I thought we went and saw the second one together.
Yeah, and
Wasn't that when people
I
brought
left.
in the stupid
Yes,
wine coolers?
yes, and we drank wine coolers, and then I wanted a cigarette in the movie because I still smoked back then.
At the time.
I wanted a cigarette, so I left,
Oh.
and then we couldn't get back in, and so you guys had to meet
No
me at my apartment.
admittance. Yeah. Well, not really sad. It wasn't
Well,
a
I
good
rigged
movie.
the little door. I rigged the
Yeah.
door, but then it closed.
Oh. Well, they probably watch for
I
that
mean,
because people sneak
movie
into movies
theaters.
that way.
Whatever.
Movie theaters.
Do you remember when you could leave your house?
I'm not.
I mean,
I
I
know
do.
a lot of other worse things are happening, and I know in the grand scheme of
140,000 deaths, Kate.
things, movies don't
She-
matter. But
Hates when I call her Kate.
she hates when he calls her Kate. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yay. I miss movie theaters. That's all. I just
do.
wanted to say I miss them. It's okay to miss something.
I miss it.
I
I miss it.
movie theaters. We had just been really ramping up.
I know.
We'd
We were
been
seeing
seeing-
so many horror movies.
It was so fun.
ridiculous.
The Academy Theater in Portland
Oh,
shows like second run movies, whatever. They show classic movies. What
Yeah.
what would you call
I
that?
don't know.
And we saw Psycho there.
Psycho.
And we saw
Rear Window.
Rear Window there.
A classic.
And we saw Footloose not at all involved in what the list
No,
was, but it
no.
was a delight.
Probably my favorite on the
Oh
big
my
screen.
god, I've never had such fun. Oh,
What's that one with? What other one did we see? True Romance.
True Romance.
I love that.
That's such a good movie. And then we saw, what did we see at the Hollywood?
We saw The Burning.
The Burning and Child's Play 2.
Child's Play 2. Good job. Child's Play. That's the best.
And I watched Child's Play 1 in preparation for that.
You
So I've
did.
seen both of those.
On your own.
On
I'm
my
really
own,
proud.
I did that.
So proud.
And I really like the creative killings. Just
What
throw her out
from
the window with
Black
his teeny
Christmas.
tiny little steps.
We saw Black
Christmas,
Christmas.
yeah. Is that the calls coming from inside the house?
Yeah.
Like when they're
Yeah,
there,
but
like
there's a
trying
few
to
of
tap
those
the
around
line.
that time. So yes, but
But when we're in
yes. So
that,
yes.
and they're like plugging
Yes,
in the.
so that's that.
That's Black Christmas.
But it's also in When a Stranger Calls.
Oh.
That's like the big thing from When a Stranger Calls.
Are they the
but
same movie?
No.
Interesting.
Black
Is that
Christmas
the-
came out in 74 and When a Stranger Calls came out in 79. And then they did a batshit crazy TV sequel called When a Stranger Calls Back.
Sounds.
So good.
Zoinks. Jinkies.
Anyway, so we're with Barry and Claudette, right?
Oh, yeah. So Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. We'll say that. We'll make it clear. Is that the movie we were talking about? I think so. So we're with Barry and Claudette. And they snuck away from singing camp songs.
Yeah.
Like, row your boat ashore. Boat.
Boat.
Row your boat
They're
ashore.
in New Jersey. There's no way
They're
they'd say boat.
In New
Boat.
Jersey. I know. Boat. Row your boat ashore.
I'm
and
rowing
then,
here. I don't even know how people
Like,
from
hang
New
your
Jersey
head down and cry.
Oh, yeah. Jordan and the river.
Yeah.
And
So, like,
Jesus-y songs.
so Barry and Claudette sneak away from that to go.
Okay, can I
fuck.
just say really quick that we're at 21 minutes, and if we talk about each and every
Well,
death,
we're not, but
we'll
we
be
have
at
to
like
talk
an
about the
hour.
opening scene.
Oh, okay. Sorry that I interrupted.
Because it's from 1958. So then they die.
Oh, I didn't realize that happened in 58. That's
Yeah.
why their shirts were
So they
so cute.
Die.
The cutest camp outfits.
And then they, like, what?
Like ironed, too.
And then it flash forwards to, what, 1980. But I
Yeah.
guess 1979. Because that's when it was being filmed.
Bum, bum.
And so we meet, like, Alice and Steve Christie, who's, like, a perv. He's, like, the camp director, and he's gross. And Alex
and he has a mustache,
Alice,
and I'm
yes.
not trying to say anything about your mustache, but for a long time, people with mustaches looked like pervs.
Pervs.
Not necessarily all people. Magnum PI.
And then there's, like, Alice,
Kind
and
of a
she
perv.
has, like, her Dutch Sassoon haircut, as we discussed.
Yeah, I think that's a good, because it's like very like in a specific
Really
line.
good flip, a little
Yeah,
flip under,
under.
really good.
Good
So they're all like
undercutters
camps, and then
on,
there's
yeah.
like Brenda,
Brenda.
who's big dick energy or big lesbian
Yeah,
energy.
I don't know.
I
Over
wanted to say
energy?
dyke, but I don't want to offend anyone. But
Well,
just
you
know
said it.
it's said with love, and when you see Brenda, I think you'll agree.
Oh, she's really the best character.
But my favorite. So
Yeah.
like Brenda and Sandy, the diner waitress,
Oh, Sandy was great.
are like my favorite characters of the entire franchise. Do we ever see them again? No.
No.
But they're wonderful.
Well, we see Brenda a couple times.
Well, we see Brenda, but past this movie, we
Right.
do not see
I
them.
see what you're saying. I wouldn't know.
And they are
Personally.
standouts of the franchise. Brenda wants to play strip Monopoly. We skip a lot of stuff. Ned
Aw, it was
appropriates
sad
Native
that
American
Ned
culture and tries to shoot Brenda with a arrow, but misses her. Then
Yeah.
he dies
No,
after.
he misses her on purpose.
He
the
does
problem
miss her on
is that we don't
purpose.
really think he's.
But
that
you never get
skilled.
to see his trick shot.
Yeah.
Aw.
Brr.
And then he dies, and it's sad. And I love Ned, but he was a jackass. And
Yeah.
he was just
Did
there.
he also fake drown?
Yes, he also fakes
You
fake
should
drowns.
never fake children who may watch.
If you
this.
fake drown in a
you
movie,
deserve to drown.
you're gonna die.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Jesus Christ. Jesus H. Christa. It's the only thing I learned how to say in Spanish.
So then, like, Brenda, like, so Marcy and Jack, played by Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, Kevster, who, by the way,
What?
this was
1980.
recorded 4 years before Footloose, and he looks like 35 in this and like 17 in Footloose.
What?
What is happening?
What?
Also, when we move back and forth, the camera
I know, I
refocuses a little
really
bit, and it's been
like
super fun to watch.
That's why I really go in.
And
I
then it goes
to,
like,
it's gorgeous when you do that.
That's fun.
Oh.
We look really good up here.
So, like, Jack and Marcy have sex because it's a Friday the 13th movie, so we have to do that. Marcy.
Oh, and then he gets like impaled with the
yeah,
arrow.
so like Marcy leaves.
And he's not even the arrow guy. Really, who should have gotten
He lights up
impaled
a
with
joint,
the arrow is
and then
Ned.
he gets it through the neck.
Ned should have gotten
Yeah,
that. That would have
but-
been poetic. Okay, this is what I want to say about Friday the 13th.
Okay, do it.
And I don't want to like insult.
No, so what are your thoughts? Because this is
I
not
felt
structured.
like
We're just talking.
the suspense was lacking.
I can see that.
Lacking. That's what like freaks me out. It's not just someone getting stabbed. I don't care about that. I watch Law and Order. I don't mind. It's a terrible example. Doesn't matter.
She likes procedurals.
I love a procedural. Anyway, but it's like you don't even get a build up to a death. They're just
No.
like, dead,
Yeah.
dead. And there's
Very
a couple
sad.
that are a little bit more like chasey,
But you get to see Alice making coffee.
which is very scary. Any regular everyday activity filmed with no additional sound
No sound.
is
No
terrifying.
music.
Look, watch. Don't say anything, and we'll just drink. Terrifying.
I am scared and I just did it.
And imagine it in black and white.
What?
Get out down.
Oh.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I don't know.
what else do you
thought
think?
I was gonna
dude? Like,
have
suspense.
Okay, yeah, okay. Other than the lack of suspense, what were we talking about originally? And I interrupted with this is what I have a problem with. Because I should have started with
I
that.
don't know. Weren't we talking about strip monopoly?
Ned or something.
Ned. So it was gonna go into.
Oh, there's
like,
not any like fun, like this is the reason they die that way. I
Right.
like when there's a reason that they die the way they die.
Yes. So
There's none of that. Not that there
I can
has
get
to be,
behind that.
but like,
It's funner that way.
yeah, when you're like, yeah, you did.
I think it's funner that way.
'Cause
Some
you're
people
a little bit rooting for
are
the
like, well,
killer.
that's
then.
obvious.
I don't know.
But I'm like, that
It
guy
puts
is
you
such
on
a
the
douche
side of the stabber.
who like rollerblades all the time. I want to see him get like a rollerblade down the throat.
Yes,
Like
or
that's
like,
how I want him to die.
maybe he
That
like
doesn't
ice
happen in
skates
Friday
and
the
his
13th,
neck
but
gets
yes.
slashed by an
Yes.
ice skate.
So like in Halloween H2O, spoiler alert, Joseph
Spoiler
Gordon-Levitt
alert. Oh,
is
wait.
a hockey
This
player.
is a different movie, so real life spoiler alert
And
for this
he
one.
gets the ice skate through his head.
Same thing.
Love it.
There's a reason they died that way. I like that.
What? So good. So good. So we get strip monopoly. And no one
You're gonna
dies.
retell the whole movie.
Well, I'm just saying things.
It's 28 minutes.
I know this can be an hour long.
Just let me tell you everything that happens in it. And then she
They
changes her
want
shirt.
content.
Oh, I didn't see
They
when
want
she changed her
content.
underwear.
Because that happens in part 2.
Oh.
Wait until part 2 when she changes from black panties to brown satin panties.
To be sexy.
What?
Brown.
To go have sex.
Let
That's
me
part
just
2.
switch from black to these brown panties.
Mm.
That's like nude.
Then she like sprays perfume on her crotch.
Ugh.
That's part 2. Spoiler.
Stupid. Nobody wants that.
So then like Brenda leaves because
I
like
keep thinking you're gonna say Brenda Lee.
I wish. Could you imagine if Brenda was played by Brenda Lee?
Rocking around.
The grass
Christmas
like
tree.
this.
I mean,
It's
the
like,
singing
"Take
parts would
your
be so
top
good."
off now." It would be so
It would
good.
be so good.
So she
A
pieces
jambalaya,
out.
Crawfish pie, a filet gumbo. Okay, sorry.
So she's like deuces and leaves because she's tired. Power went out.
And she
It
left
was just
something
about
in
to
her
get
room.
good because Alice was gonna take her top
She was
off.
like, "Oh,
but
I
she's
left
like,
in my room.
yeah.
A lamp on in my room.
the
or-
window
the
open,
window
and it was
open.
like pouring.
Yeah.
Right? So she leaves, and then she's like trying to go to bed, and there's like a kid crying. And why is there a kid? Because this camp isn't open yet. It's just
Oh
counselors.
yeah, and they're saying, "Help
So she's like
me."
searching. She ends up on the archery range. Just like that. And the lights go on, and then she gets an arrow.
And like full
Or, well,
stage rain.
It
rain.
cuts away, and you
Oh, we
hear
have
her
to assume.
scream. I'm assuming she gets an arrow.
Now, if Ned had been the killer, it would have been cool if he did the trick shot to kill him.
Right.
That would have been like reason.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or he could have done
Right.
the trick shot, misleading us to make us
Right.
think it was Ned. But I
Right.
think we already knew Ned was dead.
Right.
Maybe I just think they tipped their hand too soon on the deaths.
I don't think we've seen Ned, but I don't think we know that Ned is dead at this point, right? Because Alice hasn't found him yet.
Oh, so they...
He's like
He's
walking around the
laying on
house,
top-
but I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
we see him die. We don't see him die.
No,
so we
he's
don't.
just laying on top of the... I thought he was laying on top
So
of
they
the
can
bed
always come back.
where Kevin Bacon is.
Yes.
Because he
So
gets the
then we
hand
know,
in
I
the
guess.
face.
Yeah. So
that's
then we
before.
find out. Yeah, that's. Sorry.
That's before.
I'm supposed to be the expert.
Seen it
here.
once.
Whatever. So there's stuff happens. Stuff happens.
Yeah,
Well, now you're making me rush. So
Okay.
now I'm like eyes on the time.
I didn't know it was going to be an hour.
Oh,
Is that how long they are?
well, that's how long our podcast was going to be.
Yeah, but this is a YouTube video.
I know, but we're talking about a movie.
Yeah.
So it's got to be kind of in depth.
Well, you could do 30 minutes on a
All right.
1.5 hour movie.
We're done now.
I'm
Have a
just
great episode. I'm
saying,
kidding. I'm
God.
kidding. I'm kidding. There
that
will
would be a funny time to end, though. You
There
should-
will be shorter episodes, though.
Oh,
It won't
so now
only
it's not
be
so
so
obvious,
long.
is it? That it's an hour all the time. It was gonna be an hour. the whole-
Now we're done. That's the end.
Again, that would have been a great ending.
So, like, Alice and Bill are doing stuff. Bill's a hunk.
Oh yeah.
I think Bill
Don't
looks like a
mess
hunk.
with
Bill.
Bill. Is that
'Cause
a
he's
song?
Is that a song, Don't Mess With Bill?
It's either "Don't mess with Bill" or "Don't mess with Bill." One of those is a
I
song.
think it's a fucking song. And
Maybe
we're
both.
jamming to it.
We were out there.
But
walking
Bill's
the
running and doing stuff. Alice is making coffee for them. Instant
Creepily.
coffee.
I like instant
Ugh.
coffee.
I love like that 1980s, like I'm gonna light the stove with a match.
Get my Nescafe
Pouring
out.
this. Yes.
Mm.
Oh, Sanka. Yeah. Oh, please. God.
And now you can make those weird little whipped drinks.
I know.
I want to try that.
What's that thing that everyone did in quarantine?
That whipped
The
thing.
whipped
the
coffee?
Whipped
Yeah.
coffee.
I didn't
That's
do
what I'm
that.
talking about.
I'm fucking sorry.
I didn't do it. What are you planning
Did
to
you
like
do
I
it?
did?
Because I said I'm
didn't do it.
sorry.
Oh. I didn't do it either. I did less than you.
So they're running around.
We're still in quarantine. It's not over. We have time.
Bill dies. Bill's
Bill,
dead.
someone messed with
Bill
Bill.
gets killed.
Bill got
Meanwhile, Steve, the creep, is like out in his Jeep, stops at the diner.
Oh, red
visits-
herring.
Red herring with his
The
Jeep.
Jeep is the same
Because there's a
kind of
Jeep that picks up Annie.
Yes,
The
and just
counselor that they
pushes
couldn't find at camp.
Yes.
She never showed up.
The cook.
Because she fucking died. Because she was
And
murdered.
he drives the same kind of Jeep as
And the
Mrs.
same Jeep.
Voorhees.
Oh.
The same kind. Do you think they belonged to the camp?
Well, she was an old friend of the Christies.
Right. Maybe they had camp vehicles.
So,
They're cool Jeeps, though.
he says, "Peace out, Sandy. You were an angel, but I gotta go." So he leaves. His Jeep breaks down. He gets picked up by a cop. And he's driving. Bill's dead.
I don't remember this part at all.
They're driving. The cop drops Steve off at the camp. And Alice is like running around somewhere.
I think I kind of looked like I was driving.
I
just a
liked
second
it.
ago.
That was really, yes.
Sorry.
God, I miss Disneyland. It's like
I miss Disneyland.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yes, or Who Framed Roger
Oh,
Rabbit.
Oh,
I
the
know Mr.
best.
Toad's is your favorite,
I
but I,
mean Mr.
really
Toad's.
do love Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I do too.
Quintessentially the same.
Yeah. They need to
Same
fix
ride.
the ride structure though, because that car doesn't turn as well as it used to.
Right. But I do think they revamped Toontown a little. If anyone's
I
been to
hope
Disneyland,
so.
first of all,
Well,
why
it's closed.
did you do that? Did it open?
I don't
though?
think it opened. No, I don't think they ever opened.
Oh, they
yet.
still haven't opened it.
Disney World.
World is open. Okay,
It's
that makes less sense. I mean, I know California has more cases now, but
Well, I think that's why they never reopened. They were going to before July 4th, I think, or like after,
And then
and
Florida
then they
had a surge?
paused it.
but they still have in Disney World.
Well, yeah, because it's Florida. I don't know these things. I don't know. We're here to talk about
Anyway, Friday the 13th.
So Steve shows up and he's like, "What are you doing here?" "Oh, it's you. What's going on? Why are you here?"
Yeah. And you're like, it's someone we already have met, and I'm supposed to know who the killer is already? I thought everyone had died except that one girl.
Well, they're all dead. So then we have Alice, and she gets chased. Brenda's body gets thrown in through a window. It's wonderful. She's like wrapped in rope.
So sad.
Which I'm like, where are the arrows? But
Yeah.
it's wonderful. Then she
How
finds
did she
Bill.
die?
How did she die?
Why
They
on
drop
the
a
rope?
net on her and she just like
Just-
died. Ah! Passed out from the shock.
Hey! What you know about the
The shock killed her. Then she finds Bill like nailed to the door. Hunk, and I love the flannel he's wearing. Like,
Yeah, it's
this
Christmassy. It's really cute, but it's
summer,
a lightweight button-up,
sexy
and I feel like maybe
flannel.
snaps.
I know he didn't. Yes, he didn't really get
I
a
love a
chance to
snap
just
shirt.
enjoy it, and that's sad. So Alice is like flailing. She like ties a rope around the doorknob.
It's very complicated how she blocks.
I just
the door.
like don't even
I'm like,
know.
how much time do you have? 1 hour later.
And it opens out. I just don't know how
Right? It
tight that
opens out.
is. How tight that
I don't know
rope is.
either. I thought it would have been funny if it
But you know
opened
what,
the other
Alice?
way.
You do you. You make your coffee how you want. You barricade the door how you want.
I feel like if it were like a scary movie, like not another scary movie, teen movie, whatever
Yeah,
those,
yeah.
I feel like the door would have opened in.
Yes. So
Important interjection.
she's like, meh, scared, right? And then she runs outside because Steve is back. Except it's not Steve.
It's
She
not
sees
Steve,
lights,
but the Jeep is the
but
same.
she sees that
Red
Jeep.
herring.
Red herring.
Scooby
And
Doo
she's like-
Jr.
Runs out. She's like, Steve. Oh, who are you? And Betsy Palmer says, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, an old friend of the Christies. And Alice hugs her. There's some other words.
Oh,
Alice
they're all
hugs
dead.
her.
They're
They're all
all
dead.
dead.
They're all dead. And Mrs. Voorhees, Pamela, says,
Pam.
well, I'll just go check it out. And Alice says, don't, or he'll kill you too. And she says, I'm not afraid. And she's like, walks in and then walks like right back out. Or I guess they walk in, they see Brenda.
She walks right, yeah.
So they see Brenda. And then she's like, oh, this place. And like crashes
Jams.
against like the door jam,
Yeah.
the door frame.
Like,
This
Yeah.
place.
this
And she
place.
launches into a story about a boy who drowned in 1957, a year before this movie started. So,
In the movie.
yes.
They didn't film it for
The
this one.
opening scene was set in 1958.